Hey, welcome to Swedish Dharma Tarot. My name's Christina Maria Leifsdotter, and I'm here to do a reading for gorgeous Gemini. I'm also running a competition this month. So if you'd like to enter, what you have to do is you have to message me, or if you watch this on YouTube, then you need to email me. You'll see my email address in the description box. And the question is, who is the most Gemini? No, not Gemini. Mercury retrograde, and I can't talk. Who is the most important person in your life and why? And the winner will be drawn on the 23rd of June, not only because it's my birthday, but it's also the first day that Mercury is doing what it should, going in the right direction again. Hope you're bearing up during this Mercury retrograde. I feel a bit sorry for you, Gemini. The sun's in your sign. Mercury is going retrograde in your sign. And soon we have a new moon in your sign as well. But maybe that might give you a bit of protection, I guess. Yeah. Manifest protection against the doings of the Mercury retrograde period. My computer's died twice in the last week, and it's not all over. But that's okay. We can't do anything about it. We just have to suck it up and accept that this is the way it is for a few weeks and make the best of it. There are also positive things with the retrograde, and that is that this is the time we go back to our past, or rather our past comes back to us, gives us the opportunity to have closure, and anything with that you can put in front of, so like reinvent, relearn, reiterate. No, that's not the one. But yeah, it's a period where we get clarity and we release the old, that which we don't need anymore, which is great. And I'm in a typical Sicilian kitchen. I've been staying in Palermo for the last nearly 4 weeks. And on Tuesday, I shouldn't be traveling because of the retrograde, but hey, you have to if you have to. So then I'm moving on to Masala, where that beautiful wine is made. Let me know where you're calling in from, where you're checking in from. It would be nice to know. That's the great thing with the internet, that you can connect all over the world. It's fantastic. So, yeah, if you hear a child screaming in the background, well, I think he's okay. They're just very lively people, very hot people. Sometimes they can be out on their balconies. Men, women, all shouting for maybe 20, 30 minutes. It's quite an interesting study in psychology and culture. They're wonderful people, really. Just very hot. And for somebody who's Swedish, where a raised voice is an unwanted voice, and it's very taboo to get chased off. If you argue with a Swede, you have an enemy for life. That just, a Sicilian wouldn't know what that means. They get angry and then they get on with it. That's a much healthier way of being, I think. Let's have a look at your cards. 2 fell out in the pre-shuffle of the tarot. This one, they're not that great. The five of cups, it's a card of mourning, actually. So for some reason you're feeling a little sad. But the Ace of Swords is great because that brings clarity. So I think this is a very temporary state of mind. Well, grief is always, or sadness is always temporary. It always passes. But I think yours is going to pass pretty quickly, and we'll get more clarity in the reading, okay? In the oracle cards, in the path of the soul, you got boundless. Now, for a freedom-loving Gemini, that's really cool. And then in yogic part, you got Bhuvaneshwari, goddess of space and infinite possibilities. So there again, the theme of freedom and doing your own thing. Very good. Now, let's do your reading. If you'd like to have a private reading with me, it's totally doable. Get in contact on Messenger if you're watching this on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, then you have my email in the description box, all right? And you decide what we're going to look at. And that can be anything from your love life to your career, business maybe if you're an entrepreneur. We can also look at past lives. And if you would like to make contact with spirit, somebody that's passed, that's totally doable too. You decide. And I'll do my best to help you. So what's happening here? A lot of communication, which doesn't surprise me. You're an excellent communicator, and you seem to be able to manage it really well, even though Mercury is retrograde. And here we have you. 2 seconds. We have a Queen of Swords, a Lady Gemini. And there are cards coming out here that contradict these two with the Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So it tells me straight away that this is going to be resolved very, very quickly. It is a breakup that's in your past that's making you feel sad and grieving in a certain way, a certain degree. But everything has been said and done, and it's finito la musica, and you're moving on. You've done your best to resolve it. Now you're moving on. A little bit scared because you're often racing quite far away. It might not be to another country, though it very possibly could be. And that would explain a little bit of fear more than just moving to another state or city. When you get there, you're going to love it. This is the place where you find your 10 of Cups, Gemini. And with time, you will also meet a new man. A man in an earth sign, so he should be born in or have strong influences of Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. If you'd like to pose a question, those of you watching now, feel free to write a question. Put your star sign in and your question in the description box, and I'd be more than happy to answer them at the end of this reading, okay? So here's a good man, a man with great intuition, great sensitivity, and stable and reliable. And so I think you will complement each other perfectly. But Taurus would suit you really, really well, Gemini, because it's not that long ago that I learned that the star signs on either side of us, we usually get along very well with. So for you, that should be Cancer. For me, it should be Gemini. But Cancer and Taurus, that comes just before Gemini. So this man will really let you be yourself and let you be this fierce, independent, free-thinking, independent. Yeah, I said that, sorry. Free-thinking woman. He will admire you for your sharp intellect, and it'll be so good. So the last card in the reading is a victory card, the Six of Staves. Byta bostad i sommar. Hej Eva, vad roligt att du är här. Ja, jag ska kolla. Men I'll have to do that in English då. Vad är du för stjärna? Är du tvilling? Remind me of your star sign, Eva. Yeah. Victory. So all the hardship that you've been through before, ja, du var tvilling. is just going to dissipate now in the coming weeks. Let's have a look at the oracle cards. In the path of the soul, you got boundless. This is a card without limits. It's eternal and infinite. Either you're just beginning to experience your own unlimited nature, or you're holding yourself back from it. This card asks you to remove any doubts and fears you may have. Move forward in faith, knowing the only limits you will ever experience are the ones you've created for yourself, based on your own beliefs. That's the scary part, isn't it? How we can really limit ourselves. But yeah, let's try and be aware. A world without boundaries or limits is opening to you. Anything and everything is possible. And I think that man, that king in Pentacles, he's part of that as well. In the yogic path, I've got to read it while I say it because it's difficult. Bhuvaneshwari, goddess of space and infinite possibilities. You've learned the art of creating space and are experiencing the cosmos that exists inside of you. Bhuvaneshwari comes to you in deep meditation, in profound nature, in oceans and in silence. The stillness guides you to enter deeper into the cosmic web of potentials that exist for you in the present moment. Continue making time for whatever brings you to a point of total stillness. That is where your true self resides. Know that you're not just part of the earth, but the earth is also part of you, and you're lovingly held by her presence. Beautiful. Thank you, Gemini, and the best of luck with that. I'm going to have a look at Eva's question if she's going to change her her abode during this summer. Eva bodde kvar där vid Prim. Nej, inte Prim. Jo. Fortfarande. Vid statyetten där. Glasmosaikstatyetten. Bodde kvar där. No. So let's see if you're going to change. I will just check with Eva if she's still in the place she was before. And she is. So let's see if she's going to change her address this summer. I think you need to work on it. If you really, really want this, Eva, you have to manifest it better. They don't say, no, you're not going to move, but they do say that if you do, it won't be far away. So I guess you'll still be living somewhere in Simrishamn. Yeah, you'll be in the same town, but at another address. Yeah, so a lot of meditation and manifestation. Good time to do that on the 10th of June, especially for you Geminis. So, yeah. Önskar dig all lycka med det där. Det vore ju fint att hitta en ny bostad. Wish you all the best of luck, Eva. And for the rest of you, thank you very much for watching. And enter the competition, why don't you? Oh, and if you're on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and maybe share it with somebody. You can do that on Facebook too and help me get my algorithms up. It's so frustrating. And if you would consider subscribing to Swedish Dharma Tarot, I'd be so happy. Thank you very much. All the best of luck. Love and light. Now Eva's written something here. Ah, okay. So Eva says she agrees with me because she's seen an apartment that she wants and it's nearby where she's living now. So I will pray for that, Eva, and you work on the manifestation part too. Love and light, everybody. Tack och kram till dig också. Hej då.